coming in Shabbat in song with our voices. Please add yours along with ours. We're on page 11. When I keep Shabbat, God watches over me. Shabbat is a sign forever between God and me. You can either start with lie, 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 or just a hum as we take this time to transition into Shabbat. Shalom. Good to see your faces here on our courtyard to bring in a Shabbat on another beautiful summer evening. And, true story, when one of our first Shabbat evenings in Tulsa, Oklahoma, we introduced this song, and we were told after the service, we don't hum in Tulsa. So, here I just want to invite you to join with us in any way that is comfortable for you, whether it is humming or lie, 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 or the Hebrew or the English. It is just good to be together, to end our week together, and to enjoy this weekly gift of rest and peace. Welcome back to Rabbi Micah. Welcome back to some of our kids who've been at camp and teens. A very special welcome to Brett Hausler, our new Director of Operations here at Temple Beth David, who's a couple weeks in, and sharing a little bit more introduction later. But just wonderful to be here, and hope the service will give you strength if you are seeking that healing, joy, community. It is an honor to invite Brett's wife, Sarah, to bless our Shabbat candles this evening as we bring in the light of Shabbat. We're on pages 2 and 3.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so we may by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so we may in our day be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
It is a test for any new folks here to light the candles, so it's a little hard outside. Welcome as well to those joining us on live stream from home, and we'll continue on page 24 as we welcome these Shabbat messengers of peace to reside here amongst all of us.
We're to continue on pages 20 and 21 for L'Chadodi. And if I'm not mistaken, we still sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9 for Lachadodi at Temple Beth David.
We haven't changed that.
We haven't changed that. So, but no humming. We hum here. It's really good to be back, although Shabbat at camp is always really special. So this is a melody we actually introduced during Zoom from our living room in the winter to bring a taste of camp. For some, this is a first Shabbat back away from camp. So just to bring a little taste of that back, this is a Camp Yavna melody for Lachadodi, so you can channel your shtetl, channel your inner shtetl, and you can bring that. You'll see how this goes. It's really simple, and guess what? The words haven't changed in 500 years. It goes like this. Ay, 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 Lachadodi. Ay, 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 Likrat Chalat. Ay, 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 B'nei Shabbat. That's the whole chorus. We'll get there a few more times. Shamor, Shamor, Bezamor, Bedibor, Echad, Ishmiadu, Echad, Adonai, Echad, Ishmu, Echad, Shemo, Tiferet, Ve'yilah, Yai, Lachadodi. It's ay, 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 but we weren't sure that we were there yet. And now that we're getting to humming, maybe in a few weeks, we'll like ay, 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 you really feel that, but laat, laat, slowly, slowly.
If you're able, remain standing for Chatzi Kaddish on page 26, our bridge into our call to prayer. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועמד יברח ירתה וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון, ובחיי לכל בית ישראל. בעגלה, בעגלה, ובזמן קריב, ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם ולעולם בימיה יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתברך. ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר, ויתעלה, ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו, לילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמה, ויאמרו Amen. I invite you to read with me on the other side of the page. Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer, on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew our days. Lest my day be today as the one before, lest routine set my ways. Page 28, we begin our call to prayer with English words that call us to be present in this moment. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Baruch hu Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach,
Le'olam va'ed, le'olam va'ed. Yalalai, lai, lai, 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 yalalai, lai, lai. Let's join together in the English on page 31. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv Aravim. We continue on page 32. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Please be seated. We'll join together in words from last week's Torah portion, page 36, words that remind us to love Adonai, our God, with all our heart, with all our soul, and with all our might. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi צווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Emet. I am Adonai your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. We join on page 40 with our song of the sea, our people's story, reminding us of our journey toward freedom and our pursuit as we continue to hold that value in front of us. Nichamocha. As we have been doing on our courtyard Hashkivenu, I invite you to just take a moment to look up. The rabbi said you should always pray in a space with windows, and here we are surrounded by windows and natural light, and Hashkivenu reminds us of God's Sukkot Shalom, God's shelter of peace that is spread over all of us. As we pray Hashkivenu, you can also find some English words on your supplement. If you didn't get one, they're over there. And we take this moment to pray for safety and rest, peaceful nights and new days. And just a heads up, this melody is going to come back during the High Holy Days too. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom, V'hamidenu Shomreinu L'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hoshkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom. Amideinu shomreinu l'chaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom. Amideinu shomreinu Page 44. In body or in spirit on page 46 as we enter our tefillah. We'll begin all together and then continue silently a moment to offer the prayers from our hearts. Page 46. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agite ilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'Mevi Geulah Livnei V'neihem, L'man Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah Rav le'Hoshia, Morid hatam, מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בגבורות ומדומה לך, מלך במית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. Continue silently and feel free to be seated when you are ready. Back together on page 62. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai, my rock and my redeemer. Turn our thoughts now to our prayer for healing. You can find Misha Berach on page 253 as we take this moment to pray for loved ones, members of our families and community who are ill at this time. We are especially praying for Colin Monroe, Janet Watson, Elizabeth Hill, Enrico Mascaro, Benjamin Horowitz, Bradley Dichter, Mateo Goldman, Toby Weiner, Esya Rushavskaya, Eileen Arnone, Jean Sands, Roseanne Cohen, Tom Fiorino, Barry Levine, Carolyn Weil, Stephen Driscoll, Richard Slifka, Marcia Lukoff, Anna, Jerry Spingarn, Caroline Spingarn, Beth Gottlieb, Kirby Druffel, Stanley Altman, Abraham Ben Hanalevi, Ida Kublin, Helen Bott Eli, Shoshana Bott Helen, Jason Kraft, Gloria Weller. If there are other names, you may share them aloud with us. Shabbat Shalom again. This week, for a Torah portion that is most known for its teaching, man does not live by bread alone, there are a surprising number of references to our physical beings. This verse has come to mean that physical sustenance is not sufficient for a meaningful life. Rather, we need to feed our spiritual cravings as well. And yet, Parashat Akev devotes a whole lot of time to emphasizing physicality. For example, we read about God's mighty hand and outstretched arm, how we are a stiff-necked people, and how we should walk in God's ways. Hear, O Israel, give ear to God's words. Remember the wondrous acts that you saw with your own eyes. God subjected you to the hardship of hunger and gave you manna to eat. The clothes upon you did not wear out, nor did your feet swell those 40 years. I am sure, especially in the heat, we can be thankful to not have swollen feet. There is one other curious physical reference. Recalling his days receiving God's teachings at Sinai, Moses reminds the Israelites of their mission, which echoes last week's Torah portion with the Shema and Ve'ahavta prayer. And now, O Israel, what does Adonai, your God, demand of you? Only this, to revere the Holy One, to walk in divine paths, to love and to serve your God with your heart and soul, with keeping God's commandments, which I enjoin you today for good. And then, cut away, or literally circumcise, the thickening of your hearts, and stiffen your necks no more. What could this instruction possibly mean? Most of us are probably more familiar with the biblical commandment of circumcision, or Brit Milah, for baby boys on the 8th day. Yet the Hebrew here is the same for circumcision of the heart. Our tradition offers 3 possible ways to understand this puzzling commandment. I assume you're as puzzled as I am. Number 1, the prophet Jeremiah teaches the opposite. A person with an uncircumcised heart is stubborn, insensitive, takes advantage of others, oppresses the poor, homeless, and hungry. To cut away the thickness becomes a metaphor for opening the heart. People with open hearts become sensitive to goodness and evil, offer help and healing to those in need, are caring and considerate, and do what they can to improve the quality of human society. Maimonides adds that this commandment serves as a reminder to keep our hearts open to God's voice, to the teachings of Torah, and to the anguish of others. Number 2, this commandment offers a good opportunity for some feminist Torah. And I'm glad, Gary, you're taking notes. The physical sign of the covenant is reserved for men only. As a mother of sons, this message is especially apparent to me. The circumcised heart, however, is not gender specific. This image invites all of us to be in full relationship with God, full partners in the covenant. Modern commentary Malka Drucker in the Women's Torah Commentary teaches, Torah gives us a language that speaks beyond the physical world. Both women and men embody God in their lived experience. All of us are called upon to be creative, transparent, and loving. And number 3, we can learn from what the heart, or in Hebrew lev, actually symbolizes in biblical thought. Scholars have long struggled with this question. Some commentators believe that the heart is considered not just the seat of feelings, but intelligence as well. The heart in Hebrew is the essence for the entire inner being of a person: thought, emotion, will, and belief. If this is the case, then opening and revealing the heart enables us to truly love God and one another, bechol levavcha, with all of our heart, all of our soul, and all of our might. Hopefully these 3 understandings help with our own, or at least might provide food for further thought and imagination over Shabbat dinner tonight. I will leave you with one other question. What does this instruction have to do with us here and now in these final dog days of summer? We learned last week that we are in the 7 weeks leading up to the new Jewish year. It is the time for inner reflection and spiritual work that will get us towards sweetness and joy. Judaism is a religion of deed, but Judaism is also deeply a religion of the heart. Now is the time to examine our deeds and to especially open our hearts in order to amplify our compassion, goodness, and love. And if the Torah didn't say it enough, you can look to the children's book, The Velveteen Rabbit. The more we give and receive love, the more real we become. Shabbat Shalom. So a few brief announcements. First of all, we can continue to celebrate Shabbat tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. with our lay-led minyan here at Temple or on Zoom. Read your weekly shofar email for other programming and classes coming up. I do want to just make a special mention, and there are folks listening on live stream as well. So I am delighted to share that we are reconvening the Adult B'nai Mitzvah class that started pre-COVID. So the first meeting is now official, August 28th at 4:00 p.m. So some of you here are already on board, but if you're hearing this and you haven't told me you're interested, you can still tell me. So, and the date is in June. So we are really doing this. It's going to happen. So, as you can imagine, there is a lot going on at Temple right now. We are busy getting started preparing for the High Holy Days. Our Shalom Corner summer session ended today, and the full year session opening in a week. Our Shorashim Religious School is planning for that is underway as well for September, and I am just especially delighted to again welcome Brett, our Director of Operations. And it really is important to just know that this is a new position here at Temple Beth David. And so if you're wondering what Brett does, well, you should ask him, because there's a very wide range. But honestly, our core mission here at Temple Beth David, which of course is community and prayer and study and good deeds, none of those things can happen without some coordination, often behind the scenes. And Brett is here to support all of the efforts of the temple, and I just encourage you to get to know him. He's going to have an office soon that's in progress. And again, just welcome to Brett and to Sarah. And it's really actually amazing. We have our whole full-time temple staff here tonight. If you guys don't mind, I just want to invite you to come up here for a minute, because some people have not met Ariana Hershon as well, our Director of Education. You guys all have to come up. So Ann Lynn Kaminsky, our Director of Shalom Corner ELC. If you haven't seen it, let's just say our newer temple staff decided to hijack a little bit of our staff meeting this week to take a selfie picture, which was posted on the Temple Beth David Facebook page, along with Leslie as well. But and again, of course, wonderful to have Rabbi Micah back. And look on our temple webpage, because we have some other part-time new faces joining the temple. And so now that you're all here, I'm going to take next week off, if that's okay. Yeah, that sounds good, Cynthia. Right. But really, I am so incredibly grateful, speaking for all of our temple leaders here as well, board members, member of our executive committee, for bringing such an amazing team together here at Temple Beth David. So just lots of gratitude to go around, and we will all be here next week. So, all right. And Brett, if you don't have it yet, there's a welcome basket for you that you will receive. So, yes.
It's in my office, yeah.
Oh, here we go. Yes. All right.
When
Well,
the walls go up, you'll find it.
yes. Lots of good things to come. Again, thank you to Tim for our live stream, to Barbara and Donna Seta for ushering tonight. And again, if you are able to volunteer in the future for ushering, for help with the ONEG, there's a sign up in your email. You can let Elena know. With the darkness descending, we have switched to the pre-ONEG for this week and next week. And then again, read your email, because in September we are just moving to 6 o'clock services to hopefully stay outdoors a little bit more. And then that will cycle back to the regular time. So we'll continue to welcome Shabbat together. And lastly, next, I know someone said to me, our Shabbat services have been so nice, I don't want to miss it. I have to come every week. Well, that's a good thing. So you can come back next week. So actually, we will be welcoming our High Holy Day cantorial soloist, Julia Sabra. She will be leading services with me next Friday, as we have High Holy Day rehearsal during the day. So come out and meet Julia. She is just incredibly talented, a delight to lead with. I think you're going to love her. Again, our cantor emeritus here, Louise Treitman, has been her coach this year. So as I like to say, it all comes back to Beth David. So we are one small, happy family here. I think, unless I missed anything, we're ready to conclude. You can find Elena Lishabeach on page 282. If you're able, we rise. Aleinu l'shabeach Adon hakol la'tegidu la'leyatzer brishit shelo asanu kigoye ha'arasot velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama shelo sam chalkenu kahem v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol ha'aretz bayom hahu Ushemo, Ushemo, Ushemo Echad. There are stars up above so far away we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. We are especially remembering Betty Kruner, aunt of Jeff Popper, who passed away in recent weeks. And we remember these loved ones whose yahrzeit, whose anniversary of death occurred this week. Edith Bloom, Button Bordeaux, Adele R. Dekoff, Dorothy Staples Egbert, Dorothy Fraser, Max Garkinkle, Nelson Gaudette, Barton Leonard Heller, Frederick E. Hennick, Lucia Hornstein, Sidney Meshkow, Louis Petty, Muriel Rausch, Michael Rothfeld, Morris A. Waldman, Florence Winegard. If there are others you are remembering, we share their names with our community.
Ruth Kaufman. Paul Selby.
And we join in Mourner's Kaddish on page 294. Yitgadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam ulamei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shvei dekudsha barichu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'miran ve'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromah hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha. May their memories be a blessing. So for Kiddush, if you guys are okay with it, want to invite our high school students up to give Rebecca Graham a send-off to college. Rebecca, you can come up too. So Rebecca's leaving for college this week, and you've got some high school friends here. So you guys can come join us to help lead Kiddush on page 5. And Rebecca, we wish you a wonderful journey ahead and hope you'll come back and visit, especially your parents, and Temple Beth David. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron le'maseh v'reishit kiru yom techilah L'mikrae kodesh zecher litziat Mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta v'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha v'ahava Chaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh LaShabbat. L'chaim. Get to drink back up.
Then give it to someone else to drink. Otherwise, it's a bracha.
All right, guys, lead us in motzi.
Someone has. Good man. L'chaim.
All right, take it away.
Thank you.
Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz, Shabbat Shalom. So on your way out, you can take some challah. We're going to conclude with last words of peace. Again, wish you well. You guys can join. And yes, I'm now the shortest person in my family. Other than Iggy. Iggy's but, yeah. May God who makes peace about bring peace here amongst all of us. And again, please give Brett a warm welcome on your way out as well.
Now, of course, he didn't give credit to the prophet Michal because that's what's in the God. Yeah, it's good. Shabbat Shalom.
Definitely easier. I think
Yeah.